How's it going, boys? We're back, and before we get started, subscribe, like, share, definitely subscribe, definitely like, definitely share. Like I tell you guys, I'm gonna keep on telling you guys, I talk about a lot of cool shit, so help my numbers up. And today, boys, I'm back with another episode of Timmy Talks, and it's been a week. I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up, but just stuff's been going on, real world stuff, it is what it is. But without further ado, it's time to address the giant green dragon in the room. And yeah, I know, that was a corny joke. I'm sorry. I am a dad. But it's time to address Evolving Skies. And I haven't been really wanting to make this video just because, I don't know. I don't like delivering bad news. But I feel like this video is going to be a lot of bad news. And a lot of like best case scenarios that aren't really that best of a case. But without further ado, let's get right into it. And boys, at the time of recording this video, Evolving Skies is sitting at $170 a booster box. And I hate to be that guy, but I think it's going to end up in $200 within the next 2 or 3 months. I know this is awesome for the Stonk Boys. Shout out to the Stonk Boys that were able to buy in at $100 a booster box and are now sitting lovely. But I don't necessarily like this, especially for how hot the set is and how amazing the pulls are. I mean, just off rip. I'm sorry, I had to flex. Shout out my baby mama, by the way, for getting me that. But I know that's not what I necessarily want to be telling you guys, especially people that love ripping packs. But it looks like it's going to be going up to $200 anytime here soon, and it's cool. If you guys remember a couple months ago, I had made a video on how I was expecting there to be another wave. I wasn't predicting the size of the wave, but I was expecting another, print run of Evolving Skies. And as of the recording of the video, I don't know if we've got it. We did get a random, like in all the supermarkets, big box stores, like wave of blister packs with a single sleeve blister packs. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure, as you know, you guys have noticed that there's been a whole bunch in the stores, but we did get those. But I don't know if that's what Pokemon had in mind to make up for that. I've told you guys in the videos before that as of right now, I think the meta is supplied. And what I mean by that is that Pokemon necessarily doesn't need to print any more Pokemon cards, well, Evolving Skies, for the meta, for like the TCG players, like the people actually playing the game that need the cards, because I believe there's already enough singles out there in the wild to supply that market. More or less, the only reason they will need to reprint is to not miss out on the demand of Evolving Skies. And I honestly think they're not going to miss that. But I don't know if the answer was these sleeved booster packs. And I don't know if that was the overall, the plan. So I'm not sitting here telling you guys that there's going to be, this monster wave of booster boxes coming. And as of right now, none of my distribution homies have told me that anyways. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that that's happening. But I don't see it not happening, if you guys catch my drift. But now that I kind of put that out in the air, let's talk about it. So as of right now, like I said, it's sitting at 170. It's going to hit 200 or, 210 even at the most in the next few months. Let's say hypothetically, because we've seen it before happen with Vivid Voltage, where Vivid Voltage made it all the way up to like 280 a booster box before they just got annihilated by that next wave. Let's say hypothetically that happens, right? So we get this giant wave that supplies, all the distribution homies, that's that hits everybody that has a shop, and everybody that with the smallest even deal gets like 2 cases at max. I honestly don't think it's gonna go down any further than 130. I think maybe you might be able to find it for 120 here and there, the random sites. But I think even if they get a big size wave like that, it's only gonna go down to about 130. I don't think this set is ever going to go under 130 anytime soon. And if it does, I honestly wish and hope I'm wrong. That's kind of, where my brain's at. But the way I'm kind of, reading the wall right now, I don't think so. And also continuing with, like, the distro homies, I don't know if they'll tell us or they'll put all of it on the market. Unless, of course, they don't have enough capital to keep it in stock for a while and they need to flip that shit pretty quick. Even those guys are gonna keep, try to flip it at 130 because they know it will sell. But I think a lot of people that do have, plenty of capital and, aren't in a rush to sell, I think they're going to be fine leaving at about 140 and just letting it chill until, until people buy it, because people will buy it if they sell it at that price. So that's like kind of like best case scenario. Now, what I honestly think might happen is that there might be a random, 1 or 2 case being sent out to like people right now. And since the market is so high and they're not getting enough anyways, I think they're just gonna keep on supplying it at about 160, 170. Honestly, that's like worst case, where best case is like, what happened with voltage. But even that, I don't know, like that's not any good news that I really even want to tell you guys. But honestly, that's kind of what I see happening. As far as anybody wanting to get in on Evolving Skies, I still don't think it's too late. If you can try to find it about 150 a box, even if, hypothetically they do a whole reprint and all this other stuff, I honestly don't think 5 years from now you'll regret it. And obviously, I'm just some guy talking shit in a room, whatever. But I do think Evolving Skies is in 100% out of the park. Just set. I think it's gonna age beautifully. There's no way this box, a booster box of Evolving Skies, doesn't cost $500 in the next 3-4 years. There isn't a chance in hell. And of course, probably in 3-4 years, you guys are gonna be like, damn, I should have bought it at 150. And like I said, I'm not saying go out there, because obviously you guys know your own financials more than me. But even then, I don't think that's too late. You didn't buy it at 100, but it is what it is. You didn't buy it at 130, yeah, okay. There is this much of a chance. And like I said, I'm not predicting it. I'm not calling it just because I haven't heard any rumors about it. I just, it's 100% gut me thinking that Pokemon is not going to miss its mark to grab some money on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's this much of a chance that they do another print run and it drops down to best case scenario 130. But even then, if you guys want to go ahead and get, a position in it, I think 150 is fine. Like I said, if you guys plan to hold on to it for 5 years, and I'm not talking about a quick flip, go buy it out at 150, expecting it to sell for 120, 170, 100, and 200 the next few months. Don't expect that. I'm talking about a 3-year plan where you buy, 1 or 2 boxes to sit on for 2 or 3 years, and then have that shit, flip that shit in 2 or 3 years for $500. That's what I'm talking about. Long term, not short term, baby. But I think, it's still not too late. But other than that, honestly, the singles is a whole other conversation. But even then, like, the singles are going to keep on rising. Just recently, I've been watching, like, just in general, the alternate arts, Rayquaza, Leafeon, Umbreon, and boys. They're going to the moon. They are going to the moon. People are starting to realize how rare these cards really are and how hard they are to pull. And I've said this before, the first few months of a set when everybody's ripping it, everybody has this false, imagination that everybody's pulling it, everybody has it. And then later down the line, it's going to average out and people are going to be like, oh shit, not everybody's pulling it and not everybody has it. So all these prices are going to start settling at a more realistic number. And that might be a little bit high for a lot of people, but it's the name of the game. It's just how it happens. That Umbreon as of right now is sitting at about $320. That's crazy. The cheapest Leafeon I could find on CCG Player is $170, even though quote unquote market is $140. That's crazy. And just like Rayquaza market right now, I didn't really go into full details of Rayquaza VMAX, but it's sitting at about 230 right now. So yeah, boys, Evolving Skies to the moon. I 100% believe in it. Definitely buy into it if you can find it for 150, and I'm planning to hold on to it for about 3 years. I think best case scenario, like I said, goes down to 130 with a reasonably sized print run, but more than likely it's probably gonna at the best see 140, 150, and that's where my head is at with this situation. Subscribe, definitely comment down below what you guys think. If you guys think I'm blowing smoke up your ass, let me know down below. If you guys already have a position in Evolving Skies and you guys want to flex, the gains, put that down below too. I'm okay with that. But boys, I do want to get to a pack. So let's get right into it real quick. And I know you guys, like I said, you guys have probably already noticed that there's a whole bunch of Evolving Skies sleeve single packs at the, you know, basically everywhere, big box stores. And I know it's been like kind of like a meme to like say like, hey, basically you guys, that's the cheapest way to find it, and you know, etc., etc. But honestly, I don't think it's a meme at this point. I think that is 100% true. So I'm not saying go out there and scalp all the packs. Definitely not saying that. But I know me personally, I am gonna, you know, next time I go to GameStop or anything like that, I am gonna get maybe about 10. I'm gonna try to keep an art set, basically one of each, and then open the rest, you know, here and there on shorts. Hey, look at that, Ring-a-Room and Mug to the Moon. Hey, but shout out Ring-a-Room. Nothing major, something casual, but it's cool. It's decent. Finally got a nice little hit out of it. But boys, with all that being said, we gone.